Yeah,
You are watching a master at work.
you heard that. Let y'all know something about me. Yeah, I'm a poet, yeah. The way I write it, never fight it. You can see the story when I open up, like a book writer. I'm an author, I'll be doing this. Yeah, man, exclusive. Niggas be like, that's hot. And I don't care about the niggas that be talking and be walking. I'll be out there with the hammer. Trust me, I go bananas. That's word of my grandma. I'll shoot you with the cannon. Yeah, but niggas be always running their mouth. They gon' make me run in their house, gun in their mouth. Like, what you saying now? Homie, I'm sprayed now. Watch how you be laying down. Hit you with the K round. Listen, everybody here around me. Niggas straight love me, grind me. Yeah, you touch me, it's gonna be a rap. Niggas gonna have the whole strip, yeah, guns clap. Niggas gonna die, niggas gonna be on shirts. Mom's gonna cry, father's gonna be all hurt. But it's worse, don't be cursed. If you fuck with the kid, I'ma come to your hearse. Let it off again. I don't give a fuck about your friend, he pretend the way he came through to get it in. Shooting up in the air, trying to hit God. I laugh, I'm like, homie, don't scare me crazy. Trust me, I be chillin' in the corner, getting all warm, yeah, sipping on the Remy. Drive around listening to Maxi, niggas be mad, trying to be just like me. I'm only 19, old man's trying to fight me. Trust me, I get it in. Footwork, moving with my Nikes, hit you with the left and the right, E dropping. Trust me, I'm popping. Niggas be saying that I'm not, but they hating on the kid, cause I get so hot that I'm moving real fast. And I'm trying to get out, trying to get a lot of cash, trying to have about 50 years sitting in the stash. But homie, you can get hit with a hot one so fast, and anything would go so fast. You could be the next nigga on the news, you're deceased. Trying to be the next nigga on the news with the cleats like, nah. That dream's so over. I ain't playing with the ball no more. I'm playing with the rock. Talking about the crack rock. When I come up on the block, yeah, the cane gon' move. Watch how the shit pop. Fiends knocking on the door. I told them not no more. What the fuck you doing, homie? Don't knock here. I don't care about how good it is, but trust me, I'll be out there in the morning, yawning. Yeah, moving in the whole box, trying to get all the guap, trying to pay all the bills. Trust me, I get it in till the day I die. No lie, look around, I stay high. Told you this before, trust me, one day I'm gonna die. Mom get gonna cry, somebody's gonna ride. Come up here, try to make a name for yourself, but it's bad for your health. If I got the thing on me, you can come through with your whole army. Watch how I have the whole block all shot. If it's 30 niggas dead, 30 niggas getting shot. If it's 40 niggas dead, then 40 niggas getting all pop. Trust me, it's no lie. You can see it all in my eyes. I straight cry, reminiscing about all the men that done died. Rest in peace to Boo Boo and Ralphie. And everybody here above, Grandpa, I love you too. I'ma see you like one day, but till this day, niggas gon' see my gunplay, no lie. Hey, damn, stay so high, so much money, I'm trying to go and reach on the sky. Like, take no clothes on a vacation, go with the long money, yeah, skyscraper, go to the Florida Seas and go chill, sipping on the margarita and popping on the blue pill. Yeah, chillin' with the wifey. Niggas all mad, trying to be all like me. I don't give a fuck about the niggas that be talking like they run the whole block, cause they don't. Niggas get open on the block like a poem. Talking about homie got popped in the store. Now I ain't even care. I was like, man, that ain't nothing new to me. See niggas get bodies like every day. Seen shootouts go crazy like any day. Seen niggas catch hot ones like all day. Seen the whole block fall down like, yeah, fast. Cops kicking in your door, taking your ass. Motherfucker.